Okay, so one of the key things when you have a look and you say to people, how can we get better, how can we improve? Lots of people say, well, you know, I'm too busy for that. Very task focused, heart's in the right place, but I haven't got time for that right now. We're actually, how are you ever going to improve? How are you ever going to get ahead? Unless sometimes you take some time out to stop and think, is there a better way? Maybe get some support, as we can see here. We could be able to set up the culture of the organisation to enable that to happen. And really, if you're looking at lean organisations, involve everybody every day. It's a fun way of working to improve, but it's essential. But if you can do that, if you can get the right behaviours supporting it, it can lead to some transformation. Culture change, and if you look, for example, in that cartoon illustration, by taking the time out, looking at things differently, being prepared to try, then you can actually improve. It's very much about working smarter. This is not about working harder. We're not asking people to put any longer days, hours in the day. We're trying to de-stress them, trying to make life easier, not harder. So work smarter rather than harder. The key thing, though, as part of the process, I think more than anything, is about the attitude and mindset. So with the right attitude and mindset, you can do that, you can change. Pursue perfection is one of the principles. You'll never get there, but we can have on the horizon to get it better. Keep striving for that. And remember that in business, you're in competition. So you're there to compete to win. Like life is, it's a competition. How do we do that? It's really by doing it, by trying, by having a go. That's the best. That's the overview of where we're at in terms of the mindset. I thought I'd include this as a long history of lean. It's been around for an awful long time. If we go back to just over 100 years or so ago, you had, it was very craft oriented in terms of manufacturing. Fords came along and transformed with a structured approach to production. So mass production was the era of the day. Managed to produce motor cars within 33 hours from iron ore. So quite a transformation. Roll on a few years into the war years. Britain, with allies in the States, was setting up a company called Liberty Ship Company. Difficult to get the ships made to produce the merchant shipping within a reasonable time. It was taking 230 days to produce a ship. So the management, leadership team listened to the workers, acted on their suggestions, managed to get that cycle time down to something much more reasonable. Roll on, after the war years, then Japan was pretty much broke. You had Toyota, Taiichi Oda, Mr. Toyota, have a look at the automobile. They needed to compete with the Americans, the GMs of the day, with the resources. So by looking at things differently, looking at the process flow in a structured way, eliminating waste from an end-to-end process, they managed to transform the company internationally. That sparked some interest from the Americans, and then went over to have a look at them. And they realised that it wasn't purely Japanese culture, but actually it was what's known as a lean set of principles of the Toyota production system, brought back to the States. And then from there on, that information and that way of working was being used in many different organisations, medical, hospitals, airlines, food and FMCG. We roll on more into today's era. If we look at the likes of Industry 4 for some of the more forward-looking organisations, they've invested in automation. Got the HMI screens now starting to move that way to work smarter rather than harder. Maybe if we look into the next few years, very much the advent of artificial intelligence, we know that Google and the likes of Amazon and these types of organisations are using that. So you use technology as it's appropriate, but also remembering the principle of ESSA. And ESSA is eliminate, simplify, standardise and automate. Eliminate things in the first instance, try and simplify, standardise the lockdown on the basis of that, and then automate. Don't automate first because you might end up automating something you didn't need to do. So the application into various industries, so we look at meat packing, we've got one there for Gordon, the sausages manufacturing, ready meals, bottling plants, milk, coffee, cereals, paint industry, medical devices, pharmaceutical, biofarm, the likes of that, oil and gas industry, science and technology, and automotive. So it's used a lot in many different industries. It's about embracing some of the principles. This is a way to look at some of the core essence, and it's known to go together. So on the outside square, looking through the window, you've got go to the real place where things are happening. So it might be what you think is happening, what should happen. Go to the real place and find out what's actually happening. It can be different. How do you do that? Go look, see, show respect for the people, and ask questions. Be curious. Ask why. If you embrace that with what's inside the window, key one is focus on the customer. So who's the customer? What do they value? Are we clear on that? Look at the big picture. Don't suboptimize the results. Look to manufacture at the total lowest cost. The goal for me is make performance visible. Here, this one. Coach for improvement through investments in the people. Keep it simple and strive to improve. So that holistically is the CI ways of working. Like if you live to that and do that every day, you do very well. So what is continuous improvement? So CI is about delivering what's important to the what. Quicker response time to lower cost without compromise to quality and safety through individuals and teams. Any thoughts? Customer, absolutely. So what's important to the customer? Quicker response times at a lower cost without compromise to quality and safety. Bit of a mouthful, so to simplify that, it's about delivering what's important to the customer in the most competitive way through individuals and teams. We've got three key things. The customer, we do that competitively, and we do that through people. And to do that, we have to regularly challenge how we do the work, how that's performed, eliminate the waste, the non-value added, if you like. And you're trying to create flow, a little bit like the river flows. That's what we're trying to achieve in that respect. Some of the key principles, or the key concepts, if you like, is identify the value. So what does the customer actually value? Are we clear on that? Map the value stream through SIPOC or BSM to identify the non-value add, the tinted waste, if you like. Create flow, so you've identified the bottlenecks, let's get it to flow. Establish pull, the attack times that the customer wants. Standardise and pursue perfection, and encourage ownership and empowerment at the right levels to make the decision. And you build on these. So if you're looking at a roadmap to drive performance to a world-class manufacturing organisation in time, typically you'd have a baseline of elements within your methodology or your toolkit, if you like. So value stream mapping, your game rewards, your visual management, shortened and controlling team models, small group activities, faster changeovers, 5S workplace organisation, standardisation, etc., etc. And they're to drive your performance through key metrics up here. Once you've got your base in place, then you can add to that and develop your teams further on. You can't do that until you've got your baseline. One of the key aspects for most organisations is to get the balance right. So for lots of leaders and team leaders, it's trying to get the balance right within the wheel. So safety first. We want everyone to go home safe. And if you're in a regulated industry, some of the food sectors or pharmaceutical sectors, that product that we make has to be safe for consumers to eat. We don't be injuring anyone or killing anyone. We want everyone to go home safe from the company. Compliance, especially if you're in a regulated industry, pharma, especially oil and gas. Quality, and we want customers to come back and buy, and we won't do that if quality is not right. So there's no compromise with any of those. Deliver it on time in full, reduce cycle time, keep the customer satisfied, and get the revenue for the business. We can only do all of that through our people. So we have to engage our people to be energized and focused on what we're trying to do. And if we get it all right, we can deliver that at the right cost based on our business plan. So trying to get the balance right. Well, lots of finance directors would like to focus initially just on the cost, but actually you've got to do it in the correct sequence in order to be able to deliver. So developing your people is a key part of this. So on one element, where are we going? What's the company vision? Why are we doing this? How do we develop capability and upskill the teams and invest in learning, if you like? So we've got ownership. And importantly, if we do that right, we should be able to deliver the results here against the key safety, compliance, quality. As part of that process, in terms of goal alignment, focus on where we're going as an ambition. So typically, have a working team is the first area, then build on that and phase in a higher performing team, and ultimately with the goal to have a strong team. Strong teams deliver. We've got strong teams in place. We've got an agile organisation that's able to compete to it. So keep it simple in that sense. Benchmarking is key, so top quartile performance. So how are you doing? Do you know what good looks like for your industry or for your business? Where do you rank against the top quartile businesses? And are you clear on how you're going to compete to win? Or the benchmark. So for example, in this illustration, if the current performance and cycle time is, let's say, 20 days, and you set yourself an internal target of 15, make some changes, and you're hitting 12 days, so you beat the target. How does that feel? Would that be a pretty good result? What do you reckon?
Depends. With the competitors.
Absolutely. So if I then revealed the good performance was less than 5, world class was less than 2.5, and maybe the record was 1, it might make you stop and think, hang on, there's a different way of doing this. So be cognizant of not to benchmark internally, but to look externally for things to context. Otherwise, so. Kaizen and transformational change. So Kaizen, 1,000 little steps towards your goal, if you like. And you find there's an accumulative effect of all of these types of things. So workplace organisation, short interval control, team rules, time management, your GO-Cs, your RCA, A3s, your problem solving, etc. There may be opportunities that come your way for transformational change. So an opportunity how you can make a breakthrough. Think about that. There might be some radical improvements, and what you can do differently. That would certainly uplift your performance to a much higher level. And then you continue with your journey on your Kaizen. So single low, conformational, faster change over standardization, and so on. There's a myriad. One of the elements with Lean, if you like, is seeing through the CI lenses. So let's through this illustration is a number of steps within the process, 9 steps there, and if we said, okay, how are we going to improve this process, it might be difficult for certain people to think, well, how can I actually do that without working harder? One way is to look at things through the CI lenses. So a little bit like taking a pair of spectacles, and as soon as you put the spectacles on, you look at your process through a different viewpoint, and you see things as a value add in green or non-value add, let's say, in red. So if you did that in that particular process, the process may end up in something like that. So you've got a mix of value add, essential non-value add, and value add throughout the different process steps. Typically, for a lot of processes, it could be up to about 90%, and that's quite typical for a lot. So if you attack that and eliminate the waste, then basically you reduce your cycle time. What is value add? Well, it's got to match these 3 things. The customer cares about it, it changes it somewhat towards what the customer wants, and it's right the first time. So to satisfy all of those, otherwise technically it falls into non-value added. So the domains of waste, 3 key areas then. There's the timberwood waste, so transport, excessive inventory. You'll need some inventory, but if it's too excessive, that's a problem. Motion, waiting, overproduction, overprocessing, defects, and not utilising the skills of the people. Overburden, either of the people or machines, or you can people under pressure for a short period of time but can't sustain. Or maybe workload variability, so that might be seasonality, and your order book, or even across the week, or even the day, or during the day. So there's a little video now. Crystal, just escape on this. Let's see if this works. A little bit of fun. So I love Lucy, I don't know whether you remember. Okay, this is a 2-minute video. Let's see if it works.
All right, girls. Now this is your last chance. If one piece of candy gets past you and into the packing room unwrapped, you're fired. Listen. Oh! Speed and fire!
Bit of fun on that video presentation. So that particular little shot there, two-minute video, but I think in a fun way illustrates some of the principles of waste that we can see there, the timber waste, the overburden, the line balanced, hide and waste of behaviours in that. So makes you stop and think, what have you got in your factories or organisations, how do you tackle your improvements and where are you on that journey? So in terms of the 7 wastes, otherwise known as tin wood or tin woods, what are the consequences of having that waste or non-value add in the process? Any thoughts there? Any ideas? You like that?
Lots of money.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to have increased costs and we're losing money. Any other thoughts? We've got all that waste in our process and what we're doing. Okay.
Space.
Yeah, it's taking a lot more time.
Die.
What was the other one?
Die.
Dark if you can't compete. Absolutely. So it can impact the team morale. If we're struggling, so we might be with our best endeavours struggling. It's going to impact efficiency and productivity, quality, cost, and delivery flow. So it has grave implications for what we're trying to do. So if we can see that and we can tackle it in a systematic way, there's an opportunity to make it an improvement. So a very simple way of maybe looking or thinking about value add versus non-value add is the steps of writing and posting a letter back in the good old days. So here maybe get some paper, write the message, put it in the envelope, seal it, maybe put some perfume or something like that, write it to your girlfriend or boyfriend, you know. Travel to the post office, maybe wait in the queue, is it going local or overseas, maybe weigh it, buy and apply the stamps, post it, travel back. So if that's your typical process, let's say, if you now put on the CI lenses, which steps would you say would be value add? Write the message, okay, yeah. And send, absolutely. So writing the message and send it. Because if we write it and don't send it, obviously, they'll not easy. And actually, when you stop and think about it, nowadays, most of us are using technology to communicate much smarter than we were back in the day. So delivering successful lead, I think there's a number of key ingredients as part of that. So the leadership needs to have the right vision and a commitment, I think, and the right behaviours, supported by the right rewards and recognition to make sure that that happens. There needs to be a compelling business need. Why would you do this? What's the reason for change? The company needs to recognise that people are key assets, so invest in learning to build capacity and capability, maybe use some change agents within the organisation, appropriate resources. People need to be motivated and engaged, use appropriate means, tools and techniques, deliver the results, demonstrate that, that the team's working together, and then keep it going. So standardise and sustain. One of the standardised methods is have a look at your process. Where are you now? What's the current degree of variation? Standardise where you can. Is there a standard in the first place? If not, you need to develop one. So create the standard and stabilise the process. If there's then a deviation from that standard, you've got something to refer back to go and correct and bring it back to standard. And then ultimately drive improvements and raise the bar and bring the standard. So standardisation is a key part of the lean principles. Another big one is on visual management and team huddles, where in essence what you're looking to do is see together, know together, act together, and learn together. So everything's transparent. There's nothing hidden. There's one team we're trying to make these problems reduce and improve. So here's an example. This one is from a produce company making potatoes, where we put a full operational performance system in place, some visual management, introduced the team, cross-functional teams, the team model, and drove performance improvement with the right behaviours there. So it's a little bit of like looking at the mirror, yourself in the mirror. Where are you? Do you know your health? And what can we do to improve that? There's nothing. So in terms of improvements, this is one of the key steps. One of the next ones that you can use is known as short interval control. So the analogy is a little bit like a captain on his yacht and his ship. He's trying to get to the island, his destination within a certain time. He's going to make some regular interventions to account for the changes in the tide and the winds. Otherwise, it's going to arrive there. But likewise, in your business or organisation across the shift, looking to achieve delivery of the output. If you look at that within certain short intervals, it's likely to go off, take some corrective action, and make performance visible. So really what we do, at the appropriate point, have a look back, where are we, what are the results, what are the risks, and how do we mitigate that or escalate, as the case may be. Here's an example from a factory over in the States some years ago now in pharmaceuticals. We went into that organisation and they were making money, they were profitable, but they were owned by a private equity organisation and needed to hit the numbers. So I went in there and had a look at the operations with my team and said you could do with some visual management out on the shop floor and some short interval control boards. And he said, oh yeah, we had all that 18 months ago, 2 years ago. I said, well, what was up there? Because I'm only going to tell you the same. And he said, yeah, we had all these guys in and they had it there and he said, make performance visible. I said, how was it when you ran it? He said, yeah, it was okay, but it was complex. So I said, come down, show me what you've got. And they had the basic essence of a short interval control board. And we decided to do all the yield. And I said, oh, don't worry about the yield. Do us a favour, just put the basic information in terms of where you're at and colour coded. And through that methodology and through Kanban systems, we were able to transform their performance into many multi-millions on the EBITDA within environments. So some of the basic tools and methodologies work, but you can only do it by winning people's hearts and minds to get them on board. If you look at the likes of overall equipment effectiveness, you apply the 6 loss model to that. In terms of startups, you'll have speed losses and minor stops, maybe as the performance element. Under the availability, startups and changeovers, breakdown, and quality, maybe startup tests, rejects and reprocessing. So by attacking those, we drive overall equipment up, effectiveness up, and basically we improve your performance and profitability. Another key element is labour and labour costs. Make performance visible. So simply put it into a graphical format in terms of demand, earned hours and paid hours, how we look at pinch points or stranded labour, and what we can do to improve that. And on the operations management process, people, plant, process, the balance right there. So invest in people, clarity on expectations, and help them to improve. On the plant, the layout and the PPMs, and autonomous teams, on the process, the operational performance systems, clarity on the targets, you can do check, act, or just suppose to. Basically, just to reiterate that continuous improvement is exactly that. It's a journey.